Talk fast. Questions?
You guys have, over the last few games, have won in different ways. Today was a lot of the free throw.
Yeah, well, it's just, I mean, that's the way tonight played out. You know, they were very physical, not physical, but there were a lot of fouls made during that game at both ends. And so, you know, in the second half, I think both of us were in the 1-and-1 at like 15, 14-minute mark. First half, we were in the 1-to-1 early. You know, it's one of those games that puts pressure on the officials because there's a foul called every possession down the court. And they start looking at the scoreboard and don't want to start calling all of them all the time. But it was a difficult game for them to officiate, I thought. And, you know, we shot a lot of foul shots because we were fouled a lot.
Knowing the game was going that way, did you try to get Otto to take the ball more in those kinds of situations?
No, the fouling part of it had nothing to do with it. Yes, we tried to get him the ball more, but it wasn't because of the nature of how the flow of the game was going.
Coach, they shot a low percentage from the field, specifically in the second half. Did you playing zone, were you kind of playing to the fact that they don't really seem to shoot a high percentage from the field, even when they are open? Does zone defense have anything to do with that?
Oof. I think those guys can shoot. In the second half, we played very little zone. We played more zone in the first half. I thought we did a better job of identifying where Mac was, just because he's so good. I mean, Mac is, you know, he only had, I think, 9 points tonight. We got a stat sheet next. Only had 9 points tonight, but that's abnormal for him. And Jerome and Seegers also. So I think, you know, we did a good job of chasing them off those screens. I think we did a decent job of helping of the bigs helping the guards as those guys were chasing them. And then we're lucky they missed some shots they normally make.
How was tonight as a challenge? I mean, you talked about the last two emotional games. How was tonight's challenge a little bit different for these guys?
I don't think we go about comparing and contrasting. We were home tonight in front of our fans, as opposed to and feeding positive energy off of them, as opposed to being on the road and feeding off negative energy. It is what it is. I mean, much like I said, following every game, you know, we can sit and enjoy this for the bus ride home, and then we have to get ready for a very difficult game that we're going over.
Can you remember a guy that you coached against, like Otto, that gives you what you need when you need it, and on a timely fashion like you do?
Coached against or coached?
Coached against.
I'm not sure. Hey, Kurt. I'm not sure.
How about a guy you might have coached yourself?
Yeah, I have coached. I mean, it's similar, very, very different. Very, very different. You know, similar to Jeff.
Coach, you got 2 games left in the regular season. Are you as satisfied as you can be with what you're doing right now with 2 games left to go?
I don't think we want to sit, and you've heard me say this, I think we don't want to sit and take stock on the season and say, I'm satisfied. Oof, I'm not satisfied. Actually, I can't say, I'm not satisfied. You know, but we don't approach the season, the games like that. And so tonight's over, as I said, and this is how we operate. And now we're going to put all of our energy into Villanova. And, you know, you have enough good halves, that turns into enough good games. You get enough good wins, it turns into a good season. But you can't start looking at the season. You have to start looking at that half, that possession. And that mindset is what we've done all year, and that's how we're going to continue to go forward.
John, what does it say about the way Otto's playing right now, that he's doing it pretty much every game in a different way? It's not he gets 15 for the free throw line. It seems like every night he's stepping out, it's a different way of scoring.
Stating the obvious, he can score in a lot of different ways. I've said this from day one. You know, we can look at the last however many 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever the number of games and talk about his scoring. You know, but from day one, Otto Porter's done everything. And so you look at the rebounds, you look at the deflections, the communication. It's not just about the scoring. And I think that his teammates are just as important in that equation. Finding ways to set the screen, to get the shot, to get the look, to get him the ball, so he can have some success. So it's a group. I mean, it's easy for everyone to sit and start talking about Otto, but I think, and they should, don't get me wrong, and they should, you know, but I think that everyone, you know, from the guy sitting to my right, Nate, to Markel, I think Markel's been playing very, very well, has been doing their part also.
Coach, did the amount of free throws you guys were able to take put your offense at ease at all? I mean, you guys took 21 less shots than Rutgers. Did it put you at ease at all, take that many free throws?
I don't think I would express it like that. I didn't really feel at ease. I didn't feel at ease till I took him out of the game. However much time was left in the game, but it literally was. They were fouling a lot. We were fouling a lot. A lot of fouls were called, so you had to get to the foul line.
Questions for the players?